When thinking about paradoxes, I came to understand that math contains its own paradoxes, which means that something is fundamentally wrong with math. How do I know this? Because infinity is impossible and zero doesn't exist. I will explain, of course. The easy one is zero. Zero is a placeholder for nothing, and this means that by definition it does not exist. You can't divide by zero because you can't divide something by nothing. The reality is that the concept of nothingness can't exist at all. Even empty space has to be something because we wouldn't be able to tell it's empty space otherwise. If there were truly places where nothing at all existed, then we would never know because we wouldn't be able to perceive it as anything. Infinity is also a placeholder and can't actually exist in real life. Nothing that we will ever perceive or measure is truly infinite, and it is silly to pretend otherwise. Infinity is a made-up human concept because it makes some math equations easier. It's a shortcut. These two concepts are what I believe to be the two biggest flaws in mathematics, and it seems to me like we're starting to reach the limits of what this version of math can do. As I've said before, paradoxes aren't real. They are indicators of logic errors. If you encounter any paradox, something is wrong in the model, because reality doesn't allow true paradoxes to exist. For mathematics to have paradoxes when stretched to its absolute limits, like with quantum physics, there has to be a subtle flaw somewhere early on that isn't apparent until later. This is when I stumbled on the idea that zero and infinity are just placeholders, but they're treated like real things in at least some equations. The end result are the odd math paradoxes that show up because certain branches of math use those placeholders a lot in more foundational formulas. These flaws have been so deeply ingrained that the only way to undo the damage is to restart from the beginning. So this is the setup for my open challenge to mathematics. If you're a math nerd, start from whenever zero and infinity weren't a thing, like Greek theorems or something. I don't actually know. And try to build formulas to explain natural forces without using zero or infinity. You can't start with zero, and you can't end up with zero, because that's not possible. And you can't use infinity at all for any reason. My intuition says that this angle could create some interesting results, and it will probably end up being more accurate in the long run. If not, then it's just a fun challenge to try and give your brain a workout. Either way, I'm not going to do it myself because I don't like math. I'm an ideas guy, not a numbers guy. I do want to hear about anything interesting that comes out of this challenge, however. I may be a math hater, but I still appreciate what it does for us. It's just in need of an upgrade.